Hello, hello everyone. This is Charlie Tian, the founder and CEO of GuruFocus.com. Welcome to our August user engagement meeting. Welcome. No matter where you are, please say hello to me and let me know where you are. And I already see some from Ireland, from England, and from US. And let me know. I'll be very glad to see you. And here I'm in Texas, in Plano, Texas. It's extremely hot this year. Weather is terrible. We have had already more than 60 days of more than 100-degree Fahrenheit. 100-degree Fahrenheit is about 37.5 Celsius, I think. So it has been extremely hot. Thank you all, everyone. Very glad to see you. Eric from Berlin, Mac from Cumbria, England, and Arizona and Taiwan. Oh, Taiwan, it has been in the news a lot. Okay. Okay. Very glad to see you, and thank you very much for taking your time here. Today, I have a few things that I want to share. First, I want to go through our all-in-one screeners. All-in-one screeners is one of our most important feature, one of the most important features. And I want to show you, we have added some more features to it and more functions to it. And I will show you, I will share with you for you to use it, to take advantage of it. And next, I will show you the interactive chart feature, some more. And if for more time, I will show you the Excel add-in. In the meantime, anytime, if you have questions, please feel free to ask me, and I will answer your questions as the best I can. Okay, let me share my screen with you. And if we, yeah, please look at my screen, this PowerPoint here. You can see that this is a summary of the all-in-one screener. The all-in-one screener covers more than 60,000 stocks, 60,000 stocks worldwide. So it covers everywhere. It covers companies in Europe, in China, of course, in US, and in Africa, in Latin America, Australia. It covers everywhere, and it mostly works in the same way for all the companies in all the places. And it has more than 200 existing filters already, and it supports unlimited customized filters. If the existing filters is not sufficient enough for you, you can create customized filters with it. And we also have created a lot of pre-existing screens, which you can start with, and then you can modify on it to save it as your own screener. It can support historical data filter, and it can compare different stocks. I will show you, and it can support a customized ranking. If the ranking we're having is not what you want, it can support customized ranking. Of course, it can do backtesting, you can save it. Actually, I didn't mention here, you can create alert also. You can create an alert if there's a new stock in which satisfies the requirement for your screen. You will get an email for it. So it has a save and email alert function. And of course, the results can be downloaded. And actually, you can also save the results into a portfolio. Then you start to track the performance. And I will show you all of those. And now let me go to my computer screens for the GuruFocus. Of course, this is my GuruFocus screen. And so where is the all-in-one screener? The all-in-one screener is actually at the second manual screeners, the very first one, all-in-one screener. So you just go there, click on it, and you can see that it has certain regions. It has all these regions: USA, Asia, Europe, Canada, UK, Oceania, and so on. And you can start immediately to work with it. You just, for instance, if I just want big companies, I change the sales to $200 billion, and it will list all the largest companies in the US and in Asia, if I just click on it, and in Europe, and if I just click on it, and it will all appear. And in some cases, I understand that you want to filter only in certain countries, the stocks that are traded in certain countries. You can actually expand these regions out and expand it out. It will let you to choose the countries you want. For instance, if you want countries from Japan only, so I uncheck this one, I uncheck Europe, and I uncheck Asia, and I check Japan. When I uncheck everything, US is automatically selected. Now I have Japan only. If I go down here, you will only see the companies that are traded in Japan. So it doesn't necessarily a Japanese company, but they are the companies that are traded in Japan. And if I go back and I check US, of course, US is a region that most of the investors use because it has the most of companies traded in the market. So now I have the US market, but I don't have to. It doesn't have to be a US company. If I want to have a different country's company, like a Japanese company or Chinese company that are traded in the US, what do? I check this filter, the countries. The country, it's where the headquarters is. So I just select it. And if I check Asia here again, and I check China, and it will list all the companies that are traded here with sales above $200 billion and the headquarters in China. And if you want other places, you want Japan, for instance, and that's the way you can get the countries from different countries. So now we have only 3 companies, 1 from Japan, 2 from China. If I make the sales limit smaller, not 200 billion, if I just look at a $10 billion sales company, I'll get a lot more. And many of them are traded in the OTC market, like pink sheet. And this rule already shows you which company and which country it's from. I can sort it. I can sort it from here. Now I sort it from Japan, and there are actually more than 200 companies. So the first page only lists the Japanese companies. I can sort it. And actually, we added a very simple, very easy to use feature here. Instead of going up to here to change the regions, you can actually just select here directly from the table header. It will show you the selection. And if I uncheck one of them, it will immediately change the results. So that's now, of course, I can clear it. I can have US come back, have US companies only. This time I'm checking, filtering the companies that US traded and US company only. And you can see all the names here. If I sort it from the sales, high to low, I sort it. The first one, of course, Walmart, the sales with largest sales revenue is Walmart, and Amazon, Apple, ExxonMobil. And if I want to filter with market cap, of course, I can easily do it, but sometimes I don't want to filter with it. And I just click on it. You can see that now the market, I just want to see it. So we have if you put your mouse on here, there's a little eye appear for every filter here. And you can see that you can click on it, it will be displayed in the results. It will be displayed in the results. You can sort it with it. And if we sort with market cap, the largest company in the world, in the US, actually is Apple, of course, the Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Tesla. So that's sorted by market cap. I can sort by enterprise value as well. Enterprise value, actually, it's a funny me. is the largest company and with the largest enterprise value. And not surprising because Fannie Mae is a mortgage company. It has lots of debt. And when it has lots of debt, the enterprise value is higher. So yeah, that's just some examples. If you want to look at other parameters, I want to see the company's ROE, return on assets, everything, return on tangible equity. I just click on it, it will be displayed here. And because I'm not doing any filters on this ROA, ROE, and market cap, so they are just displayed, and we're not doing any filtering. Of course, we can add a filter here. If I just say that I need to have the market cap higher than $100 billion, now I have only 70 companies left. And you can add, that's the fundamental of business performance. You can add lots of other parameters here, the valuation ratios. I want to look at the P ratio. I just click on here. And I want to filter by P ratio. I don't want company with very high P ratio. I want P ratio less than 15. And the P ratio is now here. I have 17 companies left. And I want to look at the price to book ratio. I just click on it. And I can also, of course, filter with it. And then I want company with high profit margins, assuming if I want company with current profit margin, operating margin, at least 15%, okay, 16%. It will have filters here. I select 15, but in the list, there's no 15. I select 16, but you can always change it. You can always change it to 15 here. And now it will filter with 15. And you can see it says above 15 here. You're filtering with operating margin of at least 15% currently. And you can also look at the long-term operating margin, the 10-year median operating margin. Look at this filter here, and I click on it, it's displayed. So some companies already, they have current operating margin quite high, but the long-term median operating margin is not that high. It's only 5.71, although currently it's 15. Let's look at this company. Okay, not surprisingly, this company is Chevron. It's an oil company. And the oil company, we know that oil price is very high these days, so they have good profit margin, good operating margins. But their long-term operating margin is actually not that high at all. It's 5.7 if you look at the long-term operating margin. Are you with me? I hope that I'm not going too fast. If you think I'm going too fast, please let me know, and I will slow down. And anytime if you have questions, please feel free to type your questions in the chat box, and I will see it. I will get to the questions whenever I see it. Okay, now let's go on. And we have the field growth tab, which shows everything regarding to growth. And you can filter with, for instance, I want 5-year growth rate, earning per share growth rate, at least 10%. So I select it. Now I have only 4 companies left, not many at all. And first one is Meta. And I also want, sometimes I say, oh, I think Apple should be in it. Why Apple's not here? So then I tap Apple here. I compare it. I just tap Apple here. And I want to see why Apple's not here. So, okay, now Apple is listed here, the first one. It tells me the P ratio is not satisfying the requirement. It requires a P ratio below 15, but Apple has a higher P ratio. That's why Apple is not here. And you can just tap it here. How about another company? Any company you're interested? Let's say Costco. Why Costco is not here? And okay, shows me Costco has the same problem. The P ratio is too high. How about ExxonMobil, for example? And I tap it here. And ExxonMobil has the operating margin is not high enough, although it's higher than Chevron, but it's not high enough. The 5-year earning per share growth rate is has no growth. Basically, ExxonMobil does not have the 5-year compound growth rate is 0 because the oil price has been very volatile and sometimes it's declining. So that's why this growth is not satisfying the need. Although the P ratios works here, not like Costco and Apple. So of course I can remove all of this. I don't want to compare anymore. I remove all of them. They should be gone. If I, okay. Maybe I removed too fast. Anyway, so those are the filters I added. If I relax the P ratio requirement, I just don't require any P ratio. I just remove it. Now we have a lot more companies. We have a lot more companies this side. Okay, I see a question. Can we use acquires multiple instead of PE? That's a good question. Let's see if we can do it. And I remember we added something like that, but I'm not sure. Let's search if we have this. So I click to the all, I switch the tab to all, it lists all the filters we have in one page, and now we can search. Acquire. Let's see. Okay, seems like we don't have it, but you can always do that yourself. You can always add it yourself. I will show you. I remember at one time I asked to add acquire multiple, but somehow it's not there. But anyway, you can always add the filters you want with a customized filter. You can always add it with the customized filter. I don't remember the definition of acquire multiple, but you can do something like this, multiple, and then acquire multiple is probably the enterprise value, EV to enterprise value. Okay, enterprise value divided by enterprise value divided by net income, assuming, plus long-term debt. So you can, let's assume you can do that. Okay, that's a definition of acquire multiple. It's something similar to this. I don't remember clearly. And you want it less than 20, for example, and you confirm it. It should start to filter for you. It should start filter for you. Yeah, it's here. With my definition, we acquire multiple less than 20, and I already filtered here, and it's here. Of course, you can find the exact definition or your own definition. Then you can do the same thing as what I did. You can create your own customized filter to do it, to filter anything you want, mostly. And now, okay, you're saying EV over EBIT. I think we have that available already. It's here. EV over EBIT is already here. No, not this one. Sorry, it's the valuation ratio. Should be under valuation ratio. Yeah, it's here. EV over EBIT. It's this one. Enterprise value over earnings before income. Income and income tax, interest and tax. So you can filter that. You can click filter over. Yeah, and you can do all of this. And for customized filters, I have it here, and I can easily turn it off. It will be gone. It will be gone, and that's EV over EBIT. And actually, you can drag and drop the columns anywhere. Okay, that's about the filters and the customized filters. And also I mentioned that you can assume that now it's not 2022, August 2022. You can think that assuming that it's 10 years a year earlier. You can go here. There's a historical filter, and Then if it's, assuming it's 2011, it's 2011, you can do the same filter, apply same filter, just select your standing in 2011, you will get to the companies that satisfy those needs in 2011. And not many companies will satisfy that because over the last few years, the market cap growth a lot. And if I relax that market cap requirement, we should get more companies. Yeah. So you can, that's assuming I'm at 2011. Okay, I come back now. I have a time machine. I come back to today, and I want companies that can grow sales, not just every year, not just currently. I want to grow sales every year for more than 5% every year, last 5 years. So I can do that. We have a plus sign. You can see there's a plus sign next to each filter. So that's for the historical data. You can see, you can filter year over year with this historical data filter. And okay, I'm asking it from 2017 and to current year, grow 5% every year. And yeah, it's already doing it. It's already doing it. There are only 4 companies that satisfy the requirement. If I have that requirement, there are only 4 companies left. And you can also do something like, I want sales, not just growth. I want sales just higher than certain numbers every year, for instance. I want to have sales more than $1 billion every year, and I can do that. And I was not just sales, I want net income. I can do earning per share. I can do everything actually. If I just do earning per share, I want earning per share every year, last 10 years, 12 years, okay, 2012 to current year, higher, greater than every year, greater than one year than $1. That's my requirement. To earning per share. And then you will find that there won't be a lot of companies satisfy the needs, but it will still filter for you. So it can, and it lists all the historical sales already, and list all the requirements I'm asking. And if I think it's too crowded, I just uncheck it. Although I'm filtering, but I don't display it. I don't display it. I can do that too. So it will be more, not that many columns will be displayed. So I can download the data. Of course, we have the Excel here. You can download to Excel. You can download to CSV. I can also add it into a portfolio on GuruFocus. It will start to track the performance. I just click on here, and all these stocks will be added. And that's the portfolio name and description. I'm just doing a test. It will be created here, and I will be start tracking the performance of these stocks to see how they will do in the portfolio as a portfolio. And that's the filters have been talking about. I've been talking historical filters, the customized filters, and also you can search filters, can define your own filters. Okay, I see Eric's question, which is about historical filter multiple years. I just showed you the multiple years. You can create multiple year filters here. You say you want to exclude days outstanding increased, exclude companies where this sales outstanding increased over pay. Yeah, that's a very good point, actually. I think currently we can only do include, but excluding it will be a very good point. And I think we can add it. So I will write it down, exclude companies which satisfies the historical filters. And what we can do is actually for next to this enable checkbox, we can add an exclude box so that when a company satisfies the requirement for the historical filter, we will exclude them. Just actually, we are doing that for the industries. For instance, if you want to you want to exclude basic materials, you just click on here, select it, then you exclude it. It will be excluded instead. So we can do similar things for filtering, for the historical filtering. I think we can do that. Okay, let me look at the question. Have we added about qualitative analysis to some companies? I'm not sure which qualitative analysis you're talking about. If you can explain, that'd be great. Okay, shares. Okay, shares buyback in summary page. I think we have that already. I will show you later. Okay, that's about filters of the all-in-one screener. Now I want to show you. The view, the ranking, because now I have all these columns here. Of course, you can rank directly from ROE, from ROA, everything that's existing here. You can rank it immediately. But for instance, I want a rank between with a combination of ROA and ROE. How we do that? How do we do that? We have added a rank by here. Okay, it's a little bit slow. Let me start over. I think I have too many things here. Let me start over. Now, for instance, I added a few filters here and return a few things. And now if I want to rank by the combination of different things. So now you can see that I have click on this rank by icon here. I can rank our combination of the existing parameters, and I can put different weight here. Weightings, I can put different weightings. Instead of 100% for the ROE, I can put 200%. Now you can see that that's rank, overall rank 1, 2, 3, 4. It's ranking by that. And of course, I can add more parameter requirement to it. I can run a lot more. P ratio less than 15, for instance. Yeah, I can. And I see some OTC stocks. If I don't want OTC stocks, I says no OTC stocks. So I just select no OTC stocks. It'd be gone here. Yeah, and that's how you do customized ranking. And you can rank, of course, the most famous customer ranking is the Joe Greenblatt's magic formula, and his ranks with earnings yield and return on invested capital. And you can do that with this kind of customer ranking. Okay, let me look at the questions. Can we screen based on recent share purchase by insiders? Yeah, you can combine with insiders. We have insider buttons here. For instance, you want from the insider purchase from May, for example, you select the date to start. Then you want the CEO purchased at least 100K. Okay, yeah, that's what you get. Yeah, from May to today, and combine with other filters, you can get the CEO's purchase or at least more than 100K, $100,000. You can filter it with other parameters. Okay, you can, of course, you can change the date. So not just the last 3 months, you can go back last 12 months, last from year to date. So you can see some more companies and the CEOs bought more stocks over the last 6 months. Okay. Okay, I'm seeing assets explanation, qualitative analysis, including about durable competitive advantage, cost leadership, intangible assets, brand, but natural effects that you cannot, we cannot filter with that. Those are really, as you said, qualitative, and we don't support that. To me, a lot of things are reflected on the numbers, like profit margins, on long-term profitability, on long-term return on equity, return on assets, long-term margin stability. To me, it's both mostly on those parameters, and brands, patents, natural effects, we cannot filter with that. And thank you, John, for the comment. The switching cost, no, we cannot support those. If you have a good idea on how to do that, well, I will be very glad to hear from you, and then we can certainly consider it. Okay, Eric's question, is sales per region also available? No, currently it's not supported. The segment, basically talk about segments and different areas, geographic areas of the company, and that we cannot support at this point. I have been thinking about that, something related to that. I think we should be able to support that over time, but at this point, no. I think asset is talking about a very interesting area, and we just need to find a way to somehow still need to quantize it, so that we can do that. We can filter with it. Okay, and for other questions, I'll go back future. Okay, Abel is asking, do we plan to hold any future in-person training workshop on using GuruFocus? I think we can do in-person training. We have the facility here in Plano, Texas, and if you're willing to come, we can certainly do that. But so far, I just thought about that, but I'm not sure how many people will be coming, and yeah, I think we can provide that session for free. Certainly, if someone can, we can some people can come. We can try that. I think we can do a survey and to see how many people are willing to come, and we will do that. Of course, we will select a season that's not too hot. Summer is certainly not a good season for that. Okay, now let me continue with the all-in-one screener. And I mentioned that we have lots of pre-existing filters. I showed you how to do lots of filtering, and but that requires that you have idea already on what you want to do. But we actually have lots of pre-existing filters, which is actually under this all-in-one screener. Under this all-in-one screener manual, it's under the all-in-one screener manual, and you can start with it. Some of the companies, for instance, margin decliners, and okay, I just click on that. It should populate the filters directly, and I list them here. These are the companies that's having the declining margins. These are the companies having the margin has been declining, and that's not a good thing. the profit margin has been declining. And when a company margin declines over time, it's usually not a good thing. And okay, I show you another one, a high quality. These are companies I usually love to look at them more. It's called the high quality companies. These are the companies that's usually with very strong balance sheet and high profitability and reasonable valuation. Actually, I didn't pay attention to the profitability of the operating margins usually high. The growth is usually decent. So I consider them high quality companies, and I have them already here. It's here, and you can, based on this, you can always change them. You can add more requirement to them, for instance. And I add another one, filter to them. You can add them, and then you can save it. Yeah, there's a save. When we make a change, the name of this screen will change. You can save it. You can save it to as your own screen, as your own screener, and the next time you can just come back. Okay, I just save it, and if I go to the home page, I call it test screen, and I see it. Okay, it's already here, test screen here. And if I go there, click on that, it has everything I said already. It's there, and it will be there in one click. So you can always start from existing filter, existing screener, and save it. These are some of the past screeners I saved over time. I just tried one, so it's already saved. And now you want to do one thing. You want to look at when the stocks when it's new from the new stock from today's screen, for instance, because market price changed, because the company released the new financial reports, things like that, there'll be new stocks appear in this filter, in this screen, and you can ask our system send you a alert, email alert. So it's actually it's called Manage My Screens. It's also here, Manage My Screener. You can click on that, Manage My Screens, and there will be a pop-up. There will be a pop-up, and here it shows all the screeners you have, all the screens. This is the one I just created. And then you can, by default, it will start sending you emails. It will start sending you email alerts when there are new companies appear in the screener, and it will start to send you emails. That's how it works. So it will do that automatically, and you don't have to worry about missing any new companies that appear in this screen. So overall, this screener is a very powerful screener and can help you to do actually a lot of things that you cannot do, and can find the companies that you'll never be able to find with a powerful tool like this. And yeah, let me look at the questions related to screener. Okay, seems like there's no new questions related to screener. And overall, I hope that you enjoy the screener, and I hope that it helps you to find the companies that are not you are not able to find without it. Okay, let's see another question. Customized filter in financials only calculating past 15 years, not audit. Okay, I'm not sure. Did you open a ticket for that? Okay, I'll go back to that later. And now that's about the screener. And as always, if you anytime you see questions, have suggestions, you can contact us with a support ticket here. We have a support ticket. You can create a support ticket here. You can also get a chat support with us. You can always chat with us. One of our members will be there or talking to you. It can be technical support. You have any questions regarding to any features on the website, you can ask. Of course, the chat support is not 24/7. It's only for the during the business hours that in Texas. Yeah, we also host one-on-one free session. So you can click on this once. James will do the one-on-one free session with you, and he's actually very good with the features we have. And you can click on different dates and select the time that's convenient for you. And we will do that. We will do the one-on-one session with you. That's actually available to everyone. And whenever you have questions, you can do a one-on-one session. So you have lots of ways to contact us, and we'll be here waiting for you anytime, either through tickets or chat support. Okay, now let me look at the questions. Are not related to screener. Okay, will I be able to add Terry Smith into my Guru section? I'm not sure if he's managing enough money. Let me find Smith. Let me try. If he's not here, okay, Fang Smith. I think actually he's seems to be here already. Fang Smith is here. Yeah, so Fang Smith is already in our system. You can see just search Fang Smith here, Fang Smith Investment Service, and okay, because I'm here now, I will just give you a review of this website. This page here, it shows his top holdings of Fang Smith. If we look at here, we'll go to their complete list of stocks as of March, actually end of March. They manage more than $7 billion. Wow, their turnover is really high. The quarter-to-quarter turnover is more than is 99%. That means it's every quarter is basically they buy and sell. They sell all the companies and buy new ones. In this case, I don't think it's meaningful to track them because this portfolio actually updated quarterly. But during this quarter, they already sold everything and bought new ones. Seems like sold almost everything and bought new ones. In this case, it's not the tracking to them. It's not that meaningful, to be honest. So it doesn't matter if we have him or not. Okay. And the next question. Okay, the next question is about customized field in financials are not. Okay, let's look at the company's financials. We have 30-year financials here. We have 30-year financials here. Of course, Tesla doesn't have that long of history. If I try a different company, if I try Adobe, I think it has much longer history than Tesla. Okay, we look at the 30-year data here. We look at 30-year data. Adobe. Yeah, the number actually goes back to 30 years ago for Adobe. It's a great company. It actually, if you look at that, it never lost money, and it has been always has great earnings. It's a great company. So not surprising their stock has been doing so well. And okay, I think the question is about the customized fields. So if I go to this area of customized fields, and this is my customized field, and I can add a new one, add a new customized field. I call it test, and I use this book per share times cash to debt. I just do it as a demo, anything. So I have it. I should be under here. Okay, so it didn't do it, probably because some of the data is not available. Let me retry. Okay, let me remove this one. Book per share times tax rate. I just do that. Yeah, and this time it's here. This time it's calculated. And it looks like it calculates more than 15 years. Yeah, please give it a try. Make sure that it is a situation. If not, please open a ticket. Shows until 2007 only. It shows 2015, actually 1990 and 2000, year 2000. Okay, yeah. If it's still the case, please open a support ticket and we will fix that. And for customized filter, this is a customized series. This is similar to the all-in-one screener customized series, and you can create your own series. If we don't provide it, you can create your own series, and then we will be able to calculate that for you and draw a chart for you. Everything it will display as a chart. I think. Okay, maybe not. Oh, I saw it should. Okay. Next question is regarding to what do I think about WM? Well, that seems to be waste management. Let's try that. Let's look at this company and to see how GuruFocus is seeing about waste management. The GF score 87, which actually not bad, out of 100, which is not bad. And if you look at all the different aspects, the financial strength kind of poor, 5/10. The financial strength seems to be poor. The company probably has quite some debt. And the profitability not bad. The valuation is actually not bad either. If we go down, the growth is okay actually. Growth not bad. The valuations kind of okay. So the only thing, if we look at the financials here, if we look at the financials, yeah, okay. The only thing I will say that for the waste management, if we look at this, the growth is actually for this company is slow. The growth is slow. Probably not surprising because of business, but stable and slow. The earnings is not that stable, and the last 5 years didn't grow almost. The company has quite lots of debt and not much cash. If you look at here, the red bar is a debt and the green bar is a cash. Company has lots of debt and not much cash. The operating cash flow is actually pretty good. The operating cash flow is good. The returns are good. The shares, company has been buying back shares. That's a good thing. That's probably why the company cash is not that much. Of course, if you want to know more, you have to look at the 30-year financials, the financial data, the financials. Yeah, the revenue is like that. And last year was the growth is better. Most of the years the growth is actually single digits. Most years the growth single digits, low mid single digits, the growth. And I'm not sure what you want to know about this, more about this company. And that's what I'm looking at. I think it's it's a decent, okay company. Okay, what's the difference between GF score and GF rank? The GF rank, it's actually talk about GF value rank. GF value is just the rank for GF value for this one, how good the valuation rank is. GF score is the overall score. GF score is the overall score which covers 5 aspects. The financial strength of the company, the profitability of the company, the growth of the company, the valuation of the company, which is GF value rank, and the momentum, the stock momentum for the company. Waste management over last 3 years gained 46%. This year is actually doing pretty well. This year it's up 2.18%, although the market has been down about 15%. So this year it's doing better than the market. And okay, that's about the summary page. And I'm not sure if you have any other questions. I mentioned that I will talk about the interact chart. For every stock, we have an interact chart here. And then you can easily see every series, the most frequently used series like P ratio. I want to look at the historical P ratio of waste management to see how it is going. Yeah, you can see that sometimes the problem with P ratio is that sometimes it's very high. It's high not because the stock price is very high, it's because the earnings very low. So in this case, if I look at 10 years, it's still very high, and we lost the picture for this part. But I can always expand that part by doing the scaling it. So I can see the last 10 years P ratio somewhat off range, and currently it's about 32, and it's higher than most of the times over the last 10 years, the P ratio. And does the company pay a dividend? I'm not sure. If I look at the dividend, I think it pays dividend. And I look at the dividend, look at the historical yield, dividend yield of the company. And actually in 2008, 2009, during the market crash, financial crisis, the dividend yield was much higher. It was about 4.5%. Now it's much lower. Right now it's only 1.7%. That's the interact chart. Actually, we have some templates created. One, you can look at the Peter Lynch chart. That's the Peter Lynch chart. Peter Lynch chart it draws two lines. One is the stock price line. The other is the earnings line. Peter Lynch earnings line is actually very simple. Peter Lynch earnings line is actually just the P ratio equals 15. So it's this here. Peter Lynch during Peter Lynch's time, the interest rate was much higher. The valuations is much lower. So he basically requires the P ratio lower than 15. That's his chart. And we can also have this price to sales valuation band. That's actually one of my favorite. You can look at the price to sales. This green line is earnings, is a stock price, and this brown or orange upper line is earnings. If the earnings is 4. If the price to sales is always 4.08, which is actually 20-year high price to sales ratio, and that's a price to sales line. And that's upper price line. And the lower price line is this one. And we want to buy stocks when it's closer to the lower line. And when it's lower line, it's more likely to go up, like this point. And now it's closer to the high end of the band. Okay. That's that. Okay, now we can add other functions to it. If we look at if I just look at the price, if I go back, actually, I just actually, if I remove the bands, remove the price to sales band, and now I have stock price only. And you can always, we offer different chart options. You can choose different chart options here, which allows, if for instance, I have revenue, and I have revenue only, and I can see, for instance, year-over-year growth becomes year-over-year growth. I can have the U.S. recession applied to it. I can have the 18 logarithmic scale. and I can have the year-over-year change. I can have the overall change instead of the absolute value of overall change. So the options here allow you to understand more. And you can have bar chart. You can also 3D bar chart, trend line. You can add a trend line to it, and so you can do lots of things. And okay, if I have now that's the revenue. I have it in bar chart. I can change the color. I can change it to green. I can change it to anything. I can change to the color. I can change the color. And yeah, the chart option makes it much more convenient for you to customize the chart. And again, similar to one thing I want to mention, we can not just look at not only we can look at the company data, we can also add the economic data to it. For instance, I can add the GDP to it, so economic data. And if I click on that, and I add GDP, I add GDP US. Okay, yeah, this search needs to be improved. And okay, I'll just add GDP, gross domestic. Just add, for instance, add GDP for China here, and they will be drawn together. They should be drawn together. Have a line chart instead of bar chart. Yeah, there are two here because there are two different scales, so they don't appear together. But I do have them there, and I can remove it. I can have the CPI index here. I have the consumer price index, US CPI consumer price index here. And you can look at this. This is interesting, actually. For waste management, the revenue grows similar rate as the CPI. So the company actually didn't really grow revenue that much over the years. The growth rate is similar to the CPI. And yeah, is there a way to add future analysis? Yes, there's a way. Yeah, there, for instance, revenue with estimates. When you add here, click on here, it will put the estimates. It should put estimates there. If I remove that, yeah, I should put revenue. Yeah, the green area, the yellow area is a revenue. If you look at that, I have it. The yellow area is a revenue here. It's a future estimates. That's why we put future estimates there. We also have the customized data again. Same. That's can add from the financial page or add from here, and you can draw you can draw that series on this chart too, just by clicking on it. Once you have created it, it will be drawn here. Yeah, that's about the chart. And if you have other questions, yes, if you want to compare two companies, I forgot to mention here. Actually, you can easily add it here. You can add other companies' information here. Then every series you select, the same series will appear for second company. And you can remove even the original one, just display the one you add others to it. You can add more company to it that you can compare in one chart. It can be easily done. Of course, when the color does not distinguish other, you can always change the color. You can always change the color so that it works better for your eyes. Okay, by the way, we also provide the dark mode. Some people don't like the mode, the white background color. You can just click on this, and everything will be in dark mode. And some people like that better. I'm kind of used to the regular mode. Okay, can we add normalized P for future estimates? I don't think we can do that. I don't think that's a forward P. I don't think we can do that. But I will think about it. Okay. And okay, Asset asked about Manish Pabrai. I don't want to comment on him, and I don't want to comment on his performance. He's a really nice guy, and has been good for us. Okay, that's about what I have. I actually I'm running out of time, and thank you all for coming today. If you have questions, you can still ask, and otherwise, I will see you next week, next month. Okay, as asking, is there a way to rank Guru performance with long-term performance? We actually have a page called Guru Scores. It's here. It's under Gurus, called Scoreboard. And then we have the actually different time of performance here. We do provide range here, but this table is actually, we only have very limited information because most companies, we don't have the performance data. It's under Gurus. It's called Gurus Scoreboard. It's there. Let me. I think. Yeah, that's about what I have. And we're not planning to bring new speakers at this point. Okay, Herinder is asking what do we use? What do we use to? Let me share the screen again. I mean, what do we use to for long-term investments? For long-term investments. Let me go back to the regular mode, which I'm used to. I come to the screener. For long-term investments, I will look at the long-term things like the return, the long-term ROE, for instance, 10-year median ROE. You can also require the historical ROE. I want it, for instance, from 2013 and always higher than certain value. Can do that. The long-term profitability. Of course, these are the historical performance. It's a past performance. The past performance of the company does not mean, even if it's good, it doesn't mean that company will do well in the future. But I think if you look at the company's long-term profit margin, long-term growth, if it can constantly, steadily grow, can maintain its profit margin, high margins, most likely it will do better in the future. If a company has a very rocky past, it's very unlikely to do well in the future. And that's so the only way is look at the past performance of the companies. And it's an indication of the business model. You want to look at the company's history as well. Okay, that's about what I have. And thank you all again. And see you all next week, the next month in September.